Have you ever, in the middle of your routine, felt a gaze fixed upon you and, turning around, met the eyes of your cat? Eyes that seem to hold ancestral secrets, a silent wisdom that has accompanied us for millennia. In that moment, an unavoidable question hangs in the air, a question that everyone who has shared their life with a feline has asked themselves: what does he really see when he looks at you? Forget a simple list of curious facts. What we are beginning is a journey to decipher the feline mind and understand your exact place in its universe, an expedition that will dismantle our perceptions to immerse us in a radically different sensory reality, and which will forever change the way you see your companion. To begin to understand what you represent to him, we must first abandon our most cherished sense, sight as we know it. We must give up the primacy of faces, sharp details, and the vibrant spectrum of colors. The first layer of your identity for your cat is not an image, but a much more complex construction. Imagine observing the world through a veil. Distant outlines fade, and bright colors, especially reds, transform into shades of gray or yellow. His retina, an evolutionary masterpiece for nocturnal hunting, sees a world dominated by blues, greens, and yellows. That red t-shirt you love so much is just a grayish patch to him. You are above all a silhouette in cool tones. From a distance, the details of your face, your smile, or your frown are lost in a light fog. However, where his vision loses detail, it gains spectacularly in precision on another point: motion. His eyes are sensors of formidable efficiency. He may not see your static face, but he perceives the slightest tremor of your hand before a caress, the subtle shift in posture that precedes you getting up from the sofa. You are not a fixed image, but a constant flow of movement, a dance of intentions that he reads with inconceivable mastery. Your visual identity lies not in the features of your face, but in the way you move. And if the image is blurry, it is because your true portrait is drawn elsewhere, sculpted by senses of a richness unimaginable to us. If vision is the sketch, smell, hearing, and the perception of vibrations are its colors and texture. A cat's sense of smell is up to 40 times more sensitive than ours, enhanced by a unique organ in its palate that allows it to literally taste scents. When your cat rubs against you or sniffs your face, he is not just greeting you, he is reading a detailed report. You are a walking olfactory map, a unique signature blending your perfume, the places you have visited, and above all, the smell of home permeated within you. This map is far more reliable to him than the image his eyes offer. To this olfactory layer is added an equally crucial auditory dimension. A cat's ear is a high-precision satellite dish. He doesn't understand the meaning of your words, but he analyzes the timbre of your voice, its cadence, its rhythm. A high-pitched voice is associated with play, a low tone with calm. Your voice is a familiar melody that modulates the atmosphere of his territory. Finally, long before he sees or hears you, he can feel your approach. The pads of his paws recognize the unique vibration of your steps, your weight, your rhythm. You are a familiar seismic pattern that announces your presence through the very structure of the house. Assembling these layers, a fundamental truth emerges. In your cat's mind, you are not a being separate from his home. You are a mobile and predictable pillar within his territory, a warm piece of furniture that distributes food and affection, a landmark whose absence alters the geography of his world and whose return restores it. But once this multisensory silhouette is identified, what name does the cat give it? What role does he assign you in his silent tribe? It is here that our assumptions about hierarchy collapse. The most revolutionary theory, supported by renowned ethologists, is that your cat does not perceive you as a superior species. He applies the rules of his own social language to you, classifying you as a fellow creature. For your cat, you are simply a large, hairless, and probably rather clumsy cat. Observe your interactions. The tail held high as a greeting, the rubbing of his cheek against your leg to deposit his scent, the affectionate little headbutt. These are all gestures of affiliation reserved for trusted friends within a colony. He is not saying, "You are my master," but "You are one of us." Even the baffling gifts, that mouse or toy laid at your feet, are not an offering to a god. It is more likely the attempt of a colony mate to care for his relative, this strange big cat who seems incapable of hunting for his own food. Yet, this vision of you as an equal is only one facet of the truth. For in his mind, you take on another role, much more ancient and deeply ingrained, that of a mother figure. Meowing, for example, is a tool kittens use to call their mother. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. When yours meows for you to fill his bowl, he is not talking to you. He is regressing, using an infantile tool that has proven incredibly effective at getting a response from you, his caregiver mother. And the act of kneading, that rhythmic movement of paws on your lap, is a direct relic of nursing, a return to a state of absolute comfort and security. He associates you with the warmth and unconditional support of his very first mother figure. Beyond these roles, your cat acts as a seismograph of your moods. He deciphers the change in your voice, the tension in your body. He doesn't just categorize you, he adapts his behavior to the version of yourself you present. He may approach and purr when he senses you are sad, or avoid you if he perceives your anger, recognizing the signs of a big cat best left alone. But how do these roles, dictated by instinct, transform into such a personal and deep affection? What weaves the invisible thread of this bond? The answer lies not in a generic instinct, but in the unique history you have built. Science now confirms that your cat develops a personalized attachment bond with you, similar to that of a child with their parents. Most cats show a secure attachment. They use you as a base of trust to explore the world. And what forges this security is not their character, but the consistency of your actions, the predictability of your routines, the gentleness of your voice. You are the architect of his emotional security. The proof? When faced with a choice between food, toys, or interaction with their human, most cats choose the interaction. They choose you. This absolute trust is not shouted. It is whispered in a silent language of which the proof is irrefutable. When your cat looks at you and slowly blinks, he is sending you the feline equivalent of a kiss. It is an act of supreme vulnerability, a sign of absolute trust. The fact that he chooses to sleep on you or beside you is another declaration. He designates you as his protector, entrusting his safety to you during his most vulnerable state. And when he follows you from room to room, he is not just begging, he is maintaining the cohesion of his clan, a clan of two. And so, all the pieces come together. When that gaze falls upon you, understand the magnitude of what is happening. Your cat perceives your familiar sensory silhouette, recognizes you as his tribe mate and mother figure, and feels the security of the bond that you alone have forged. You are not the one who provides food. You are his companion, his eternal mother, his emotional anchor in an unpredictable world. You are the guardian of his sleep, the recipient of his silent language, the center of his universe. In essence, you are his family.